Have you ever wondered how you're able to send a message across the globe in just seconds? Most people think satellites are doing all the heavy lifting, but here's the big secret. Almost the entire internet travels through cables lying on the ocean floor, and ships? They play the most important role in making this possible. Let's dive into how ships power the internet, how they lay these cables, and what happens when one breaks. When I think about the internet, Wi-Fi signals, 5G towers, and satellites usually come to mind. But satellites? They only handle a tiny sliver of the world's data. In reality, over 99% of all international internet traffic actually travels through undersea fiber optic cables. These cables use light signals to move data at nearly the speed of, well, light, so you can stream your favorite shows, make calls, or send messages across continents in seconds. What's wild is that each cable is only about as thick as a garden hose, but inside, there are multiple fiber optic strands, wrapped in steel and waterproof layers. Just one cable can handle millions of phone calls or HD video streams at once. So how do these cables even reach the bottom of the ocean? That's where cable-laying ships come in. These aren't your average boats. They're massive, specially built vessels designed to carry thousands of miles of cable. Inside, huge spools store the fiber optic cables, and as the ship moves along its planned path, it slowly unspools the cable and lays it gently onto the ocean floor. Now, in deep waters, the cable just rests right on the seabed. But closer to shore, special ploughs actually bury the cable under the sand. That's to protect it from boat anchors or fishing nets that could cause damage. It takes super precise navigation too, since these cables often stretch thousands of miles, connecting entire continents. To put it in perspective, laying a single cable across the Atlantic or Pacific can take weeks or even months. But here's the catch. These cables aren't invincible. They can break from underwater earthquakes, anchors, fishing nets, or sometimes even sharks who get a little too curious. When a cable snaps, special repair ships spring into action. First, they use high-tech tools to pinpoint exactly where the break is by detecting changes in the light signals. Then, a robotic claw dives down and pulls up the damaged section. Technicians on board splice and repair the fiber optic strands, and finally, the cable is lowered back down to its spot on the ocean floor. Without these ships, a single cable break could slow down internet speeds for entire countries. Now you might be asking, do ships actually power the internet cables? Surprisingly, no. The power for the cable's signal boosters, called repeaters, comes from land-based stations. Electricity is sent through the cable itself to keep the signal strong as they travel those epic distances. So, while ships aren't powering the cables, without them the cables couldn't be laid, fixed, or maintained. Let's be real. Undersea cables are the real lifeline of the global internet. Every time you stream a movie, send an email, or call someone across the world, your data is probably zipping through a cable, a ship laid on the ocean floor. Right now, there are over 500 active undersea cables connecting countries around the globe. Without these ships and cables, the internet as we know it would just collapse overnight. So next time you're online, remember, it's not satellites doing all the work. It's thanks to giant cable-laying ships that the internet reaches across oceans. If you found this video interesting, hit like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Stay tuned for more amazing stories about the hidden technology that powers our world.